Hi, Shravan. Welcome and good to have this chat this evening. So, we'll start straight away with your what I would call your baptism with fire. Uh, your pro start, six straight miscuts leading to Kalhar, which kind of has become memorable now. You can start
Yeah.
with.
I turned professional in 2020, and I asked my coach Vijay sir at that time whether I should retain my amateur status or turn professional, and he was like, "You should. It's up to you whether you want to jump in the ocean and learn how to swim, or learn first and then go ahead." And I decided that I would like to go ahead and see where I stand in the Pro Tour. And when I started, I was pretty shocked because it was a pretty big jump. And scoring wise, I was maybe I would say if I'm in amateurs, if I was like, if I would score such scores, I would be somewhere in the top 10 or so. But in pro golf, I was not making cut. So it was a little bit of a shock to me. And my second event, which was Eagleton. Eagleton used to be my home course earlier, and I remember standing on the second last tee on the second day. I was at level par inside the cut line, thinking about the cut, and I ended up making a double bogey on that hole and missed the cut by one shot. So that was it was a little painful, but it was a learning experience not to get ahead of myself. And then after that, I think Tolly was the next event where I shot a +3, missed the cut there as well, and after that the lockdown came in, and that was a pretty hard period because we weren't getting to practice, and it's tough. I stay in an apartment, so I don't have any space to kind of make swings or anything. So during that time, I was just at home. I caught up with shows on Netflix, just kind of away from golf for about 3 months. Didn't touch a club for 3 months, and I got back in June. I think June or July, they reopened the golf course in Kalhaar, which is where I practice right now, and things started going well. We used to have like 4 day tournaments here in Kalhar between all the players that are here, and I came back and I was playing well, and which was a little surprising to me as well because I didn't touch a club for 3 months. But then the tournaments got announced in October, November, and I was not really ready for it because I thought that we would not have events that year, and it was. I think I started putting a little bit too much pressure on myself to kind of play well because I was playing well in Kalhar, and I missed cut in Panchkula, Chandigarh, and then the Jeev event in Chandigarh again. So uh, I was just kind of struggling mentally because it was a big jump for me. And yeah, Kalhar. So the first event this year, which was Kalhar, at my home course. Um, I remember I had my friend on my bag that week. His name is Rachit, and we were. I'm working with Lawrence as well right now, and he basically just told me that this is you play here every day, so just play it like your regular round. Don't think of it as a tournament. So I was like, okay, let's see, and I was plus through the front nine, and I'm looking at Rachit and I are looking at each other like, what do we do now? So uh, as we just stayed patient, and I shot a -5 on the back nine, ending up with a 3 under total on the first day, which was a breather because I was not near the cut line at that time. So I was like, okay, so now I have a really good chance to, make my first cut as a pro and move forward from here. And I did that, and definitely it is something very special to me, making my first cut at my home course. And everyone here was happy as well. So I moved on with that momentum into Grade One. I was able to practice at Grade One as well because they were very nice. They were nice enough to let us come and play there. So I was practicing there as well. So uh, I got familiar with the golf course there as well, and I made my second cut there. And yeah, I think my first under par score as a professional was in Kalhaar, that first round, and second under par score as a professional was in Grade One, which was the last round. I shot a -4. Um, yeah.
Tell me, Shravan, I mean,
Hmm.
as Lauren said, and you would also agree, Kalhar, you know, like the back of your hand. Okay, I
Correct.
mean, you are practicing every day, maybe 9 holes, maybe 18 holes, you're playing 4-day tournaments.
Yeah.
How is it different playing on your home course, routine, practice round, vis-a-vis a tournament round?
So in a practice round, obviously it's not like shots don't matter, but when you're playing, like when I was playing the tournament, if I would drop a shot, I would be a little more tensed or a little more uptight about it. While as in practice round, I'll be like, okay, it's okay. I still like I got more holes. I'll get it back. I'll. So it's very, I would say it's very difficult to get tournament practice in no matter how many tournaments you play, because when you're playing an actual tournament, it it does matter a lot. So
It's all about, I think,
um,
with pressure.
yes, coping up with pressure. So it's very difficult to kind of put yourself under that pressure, no matter what you do when you're not playing a tournament.
It can't be
Yeah.
simulated. You have to experience it
Yes.
firsthand. That's true. That's true.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
So, Shravan, a very interesting anecdote to your start of your golfing career that you took it up in Zambia.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
just tell us. I know it was a pretty long phase. I mean, 7 years, if I'm correct. Talk about
Yes.
playing golf in Zambia. Anyway, we here in India know very little about Africa. So, how was
Correct.
it
Correct.
to take it up, play it there? What kind of culture do they have over there?
So I started golf when I was 10. My neighbor actually came one day to our house, and he was like, I'm going to the golf course, so why don't you join me? And I was like, okay, I mean, why not? At the time, I used to play cricket as well, so I was like, how hard could it be? And when I went to play, I found out how hard it was. So I was just I was just thinking that this is something I would like to take up. I'd like to pursue golf, as a hobby. At that time, I would play every Saturday, Sunday. I would play these club tournaments, and all the club members there are very nice, very helpful. So it was a very nice. It was more like a recreation kind of thing because I was more focused on my education at that time. And then when I was when I was about 16, my dad asked me, "What would you like to do when when you finish school?" And I said, "I want to become a professional golfer." So he's like, "Okay, if you want to take that path, I will definitely support you through it." And after I finished my 12th, so we started looking for golf schools. So in the US and everywhere. So I I finished my 12th in 2017, and I had about 5 months, 4 or 5 months to my for my results to come out. So we found this golf school in Bangalore called Touche Golf School,
Sure, yes.
and my dad kind of told me, why don't you check it out and see how it is, and then if you like it, then we'll see where to go from there.
Hmm.
And I was put in touch with Mr. Devecha, who explained to me. I told him, my handicap is this and that, and he was like, "Listen, if you want to play golf as a career, there's no such thing as handicap. There is in golf tournaments, 4-day golf tournaments. There's no handicap system, this and that, because when I played in Africa, there were no 4-day events. I had never played a 4-day event before.
Okay.
So they would open tournaments would be 36 holes. So either played on one day or over 2 days. So I never got an experience of 4-day tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
And first when I came to India, I was Vijay sir told me about it, and I was like, okay. And my first tournament was a qualifier in Golden Greens.
Oh.
Yeah. So an amateur qualifier in Golden Greens, and it was raining and cold. I've never had experienced such weather, never played golf in such weather, and I did not know how to cope up or play in such weather. So,
and it's not easy.
Definitely, it's not an easy course.
Mm.
So, I did not make the cut. I shot plus 30 or something for 2 days.
Okay.
And that was like a reality check that, golf is not as easy as you think it is. You may be playing level par or under par in your home course in Zambia, but you came to India and you're like, no, it's not it. You need to work a lot harder.
Mm.
And and Vijay sir told me that I need to get a lot more tournament exposure, because I've never really got tournament exposure. And from there is when we came. I think for about half a year or 3/4 of the year, I did not play any tournaments. I couldn't make it through a qualifier, an amateur qualifier, because I was not able to make the cut. And my first amateur qualifier that I did make a cut was in Jamshedpur. Jamshedpur was my first amateur qualifier. I made the cut. My first event was in Jamshedpur. And that's my first underpass score was in Jamshedpur. A lot of things in Jamshedpur that happened that time. And I was like, okay, so that's how my golfing journey started in India. And yeah, and it's after 7-8 years, I'm playing on the PGTI.
No, of course. I mean, yours a perfect case of grinding it out, learning from each experience and getting better.
Correct.
That is what a lot of people don't understand. It's very easy to say that I want to be a professional golfer, or I am a professional golfer, but the main thing is, are you working towards becoming one? Or if you are one, are you working towards getting better? That is the bottom line. But how was it? Did you enjoy your time in Zambia playing golf?
Yes, there are. So basically, a lot of club members, not too many people who are trying to actually pursue golf as a career.
Okay.
But there are a few people who are there, and I did have a couple of friends who play on the Sunshine Tour.
Okay.
In Africa. So, and there was a tournament, a Sunshine Tour tournament in Zambia. So I did get to see good golf, being played there. So that was a lot more golfers in South Africa than Zambia. A lot of players do go to South Africa, but Zambia was very it's a very quiet, not too many people on the golf course. You can do whatever you want on the golf course. So that was what it was.
So where did you grow up? What was the name of the city?
It's called a city called Ndola.
Ndola. Okay. So the golf course was nearby?
It was 5 minutes away from my house. This Ndola is a very small city. So everything is about 20 minutes away from where I would stay. So the golf course was 5 minutes away. So
something which has been consistent in your career has been, coping with the pressure. How was it when you went into the final day of the J&K Open in contention, knowing you are in contention, you have a chance to break through. Coping with that and playing good golf. Talk us through that, the final day.
Okay, so before that, I think I will talk about day three, which was I was playing the leader group for the first time on the PGTI on day three,
Okay.
and I got a message from Lawrence the night before, where he just told me, keep your head down, stay in the present, shot by shot, don't get ahead of yourself, which is, it's a lot easier said than done.
Hmm.
Because the night before itself, I was thinking that, if I shoot a good round tomorrow, I can actually be in the lead of this tournament, and all those thoughts keep coming into my head. And I remember waking up at I set my alarm for 5:30 that day. I was up by about 4:45, and I was not able to sleep because all these thoughts are just running through my head. And I went to the range. The leading up to that tournament was the last round in Panchkula, where I was able to shoot a 3 under.
Okay.
And that day is the day I kind of, I was just telling myself that I need to be nice to myself. I need to keep patting myself on the back and say it's okay if I make a bogey, if it's okay if I hit a bad shot, and just keep moving forward. And that helped me in the last round in Panchkula. And I thought to myself that why not try it for this tournament, instead of being hard on yourself and just being like, Shravan, how can you hit such a bad shot, or what's wrong with you? Just be like, it's okay, we'll see, let's see what happens, it's fine. And even if I do make a bogey or a silly mistake, I'm just like, cool, let's restart, get back, let's hit the fairway or whatever the next hole is. And I went on day three. I was there on the range. Everyone is coming and saying, well played. This is a new experience for me. And everyone's wishing me luck. And I see my name on the leaderboard for the first time. And, I
Nervous?
stand on the, huh?
Did that make you nervous? Everybody coming up and congratulating you. Well done. Keep it up.
Yeah, it actually did. It did. I was just kind of telling myself that let's just keep doing what we were doing for the last 2 days, and hit one shot at a time, and we'll see what happens today.
Mm.
And I stood on the first tee, and I was, my heart was pounding, and I was just like, okay, let's just try and find the fairway here. Even though I did not find the center of the face, I found the fairway. I was like, okay, that's something that is there, and let's just take it from here.
Mm.
And I was playing with Kalin and Honey.
Mm.
And Kalin and I have played together in Kalhaar as well. Kalin and I played in Kalhaar together for the first time, and we were getting to know each other, and it was nice to talk to him. We were talking about a lot of things. We were talking about golf and this and that, and how he was telling me how he was impressed with how I've come out from where I was, and it was. I was just kind of getting distracted by all that instead of thinking of kind of hitting perfect shots. So, yeah. And I remember the first 6 holes, I made 6 pars, and I think Cullen and Honey both made a couple of birdies, so they both got ahead. And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, I need to stay calm. Pars are not bad. The birdies will come. And sure enough, on the 7th hole, I did make a birdie. 7th, 8th, 9th, I made 3 birdies. And I was like, okay, now, I'm in the groove. Let's go with it. And I made a silly bogey on the 10th. I went for the green, and I hit it over. It's a par 5. I hit it over the green, and I just kind of tried to get a little too cute and ended up making a bogey. And I was just like, okay, it's fine, let it be. And I ended up making a couple of birdies on the next few holes, and I was I was just trying to stay in the present moment. My putting did help me that day, so it was something that I was able to stay in the present and shoot a 3 under.
And the final day?
Final day, I was playing with Rashid, who I've heard so much about
Yeah.
since I've come up from amateur golf, and I'm playing with him. And obviously, I was a little bit nervous. And standing on the first tee again, I was a little tense because I knew that, okay, I'm here, I'm tied second, and I need to play some good golf if I have to win this event. Udyan did come up to me and said, please play the golf course. Do not play your co-partners or see the scoreboard and play. Just play the golf course and play how you've been playing the last few days. But I started off with a bogey on the par 5 first hole. I missed a very easy up and down. And I went to the second tee and I just took a couple of deep breaths and I was like, it's fine. Let's just shake it off. Honestly speaking, it was very hard for me to breathe in the first few holes because I was very nervous and tensed. And I was just trying to control that. And I made a birdie on the second hole, which helped me calm down a little bit, and birdied the fourth hole as well. I made a few good up and downs on the third and the fifth to keep the momentum going. But unfortunately, seventh hole was a hole where I made birdie on all 3 days. It was a par 5, and I was not able to make a birdie on the last day, which was a little bit frustrating because that is a hole where you should, it's a birdie hole. Because if I'm not making birdie, I'm probably losing half a shot. So that day was a day where my putting wasn't really there. I was not able to make too many putts, burning a lot of lips, edges, and a little bit frustrating. So yeah. And I was driving the ball well throughout the week, and that was a day where I couldn't really drive the ball well.
Anyway, as they say, all part of the learning curve.
Definitely.
Who knows, DGC might turn out to be even better.
Yes, I hope so.
Have you ever played the Lodi course?
I have. I've played it in the NCR Cup amateur tournament.
Okay.
I've played there about 3 times.
All right, but now I think it's a different layout because of the redesign end of 2018. Yes, so
correct. I have not played the new design yet.
Right.
But yeah.
After you walked off 18th green, Shravan, what were the thoughts? Were you proud? I'm sure you should have been proud of yourself, but were you also a little harsh on yourself?
I was a little bit disappointed in myself because of the last day. I was definitely proud of myself. I beat my best score by 4 shots in a tournament that week, and I was really proud and happy of that. But I was a little bit disappointed to how I finished because I was at 11 under at one point of time, and I was not able to kind of push it forward from there, or at least stay there at most. I ended up coming down to 9 under, and that was a little bit disappointing for me. But altogether, it was a really great experience for me. And yeah, hopefully I have more experiences like this and finish better.
Undoubtedly. But in that moment of, obviously we'll call it triumph for you, what were your thoughts? Did you think about your mother? Because as you said, she wanted you to become a professional golfer.
Definitely. It did come to me. I obviously, wherever she is right now, I'm sure she would be very happy,
very proud
to see that, to see how far I've come.
Yes.
And obviously whenever before every round of golf, I do think of her. And it's I always ask her to guide me, help me stay calm. And yeah, that's something that obviously did cross my mind, and I was pretty sure she would be happy with how I played this week and how I conducted myself.
For sure, for sure. Uh,
Yeah,
Shravan, I'd like to ask you this. Coming from where you did in Zambia, where it was more of a hobby, then making up your mind at 16 that you wanted to take up golf as a career, then coming to India, Touche, reality check, then
correct,
Golden. Uh,
correct.
how do you kind of change your mindset from somebody who's probably shooting over par all the way or for a prolonged length of time to getting down to making birdies and under par?
So I would say that this is something that I was told that your short game is key
Okay.
in golf. So if you do have a good short game, if your putting and chipping can help you, then you are not putting so much pressure on your long game, because your long game cannot be consistent, or it usually is not.
Mm-hmm.
But your short game is something that you can really work on and make consistent. So if you can avoid dropping silly shots and stay patient, the putts will eventually fall, and you will eventually be able to start shooting under par scores and under par tournament rounds.
So how long kind of did it take you to kind of make the switch in the mind that okay, I am capable of shooting birdies, of making birdies and shooting an under par round after you got back
Uh,
to India?
Correct. So it took me quite a while, actually. It took me about probably 4 years, 5 years. I still was not shooting under par consistently, even in amateur days.
Mhm.
And my best score was in Jamshedpur, which was -5 for the tournament.
Mhm.
Uh, so there as well, I was leading that tournament actually. And this third day was like a total blow up. I think I would take a lot of experience from that, because I felt very similar in terms of that and what I was feeling in J&K. So I
Mhm.
took quite a bit of whatever was going on in that round to convert a +6 to a -3. So I was just staying very patient and kind of my putting. So the thing in my game is, if I can putt well, it kind of translates to everything in my game. So if I start holding putts, the momentum comes in and I'm able to hit shots closer. I'm able to give myself good tries for birdies, and it just goes from there. But
Has
it
a
did take me a while. Yeah.
has a cascading effect on everything, maybe on your outlook also.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, that's
It's been a quite a journey, and I'm sure many more milestones await you. Great
yes. Hopefully.
talking to you, Shravan, and hope we'll have many more chats after some bigger glories come your way.
Definitely, definitely. It's hopefully good things are on their way.
Sure, definitely. Right.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking time out, Shravan, and all the
Th-
very best.
Thank you so much. It's been
Thank
a
you.
pleasure.
Bye bye.
Bye.